Okay, hi, I'm Katrina, and this is,
Ruth Renfleisch.
and she will be my mentor teacher here at our school. Also, it's like Spirit Week at the school, and today's theme is mismatched. So we don't normally look like this, but we just thought it would be like entertaining for you. So that's why we look like this, just as a disclaimer. Okay. What are your just general expectations?
In general, I would expect you to get to know the students, their names. Hopefully by the end of the week, you know everybody's name, and to get some information from me about students if they have special needs or other concerns that might affect you when you're teaching.
Okay. Yeah, I feel the same, so that's good. On the same page.
Coming on time, being prepared to teach. We work in a quad, so there's another second grade teacher and there's two first grade teachers, and we do some things together. So getting to know the staff that you'll be working with.
Good.
Expectations in the classroom, the goal on the goals for the students, but also the behavior.
Of the students that I would like to know what those are.
Yeah.
Good. Good, me too.
You already shown that you're flexible because you're
I'm here wearing this.
dressed today, and tomorrow we'll be wearing pajamas.
No video tomorrow, sorry guys.
No. Do you have anything more specific? I could, list like forever.
Okay, what about your expectations for me as far as turning in lesson plans? Do you have any expectations about that?
I would like to see them.
I would like you to see them.
Yes.
Give me your feedback.
Yes. In advance would be nice, so I can read through them and if I need to make any changes or alterations.
Okay.
But I know you've taught before, so I don't anticipate there being any major concerns.
Great. And then how far in advance? What does advance mean to you?
I think it depends on how comfortable you feel with the lesson. If you feel very comfortable, 1 to 2 days before. If you're uncertain about something and would like more guidance, then, about 4 or 5 days before.
Teach Now, their expectation is that I have my lesson plans done the week before.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. It's kind of an observation week, taking time you can work with students in small groups
Getting to know
where you don't
them.
really need to plan in advance. Just getting to know the students I think is really important.
Okay, yeah. So then if we could look over what those lessons would be and like what the units and objectives
Okay.
would be. Classroom expectations and routines. Do you have a classroom routine? I feel like that's important for younger grades, and it appears that you are on top of it. So
Yes, we do have a routine. Here's a copy of our schedule.
Great.
So this tells you when we're doing everything throughout the day. I also printed out, I don't have it here with me right now, but I also have procedures. So it explains procedures for bathroom use, getting a drink of water, what's expected in media, Spanish, so for everything throughout the whole day.
great. Oh, that's wonderful. And I saw over there like raise your hands for hand signals and stuff.
Yes.
That's a neat addition. Cool. Thank you.
So you're welcome to take a look at that and to see what the standards are. You would just flip to second grade, and then it lists all the math standards.
Oh, that's really useful.
And then down here is our language arts. You can flip down to second grade as well, and you can take a look at all the standards.
Cool. Yeah, that's really
So,
useful.
yes. So that's something that you can
Great.
borrow and use.
Thank you. So another thing that we are to go over is like what are the units and objectives for the whole 12 weeks? Which
Okay.
again, I don't know if you, I'm sure you don't have that like on you right now, but just something that we can sit down so that I have the big picture in order to effectively construct the small picture, like day-to-day lessons and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's very good. I have a calendar for each month, and I have in general down what I'd like to accomplish each month. So it's paced out.
Great, perfect.
So.
Again, I'm excited to learn about your methods of pacing it out, and yeah, I like learning from people who have lots of experience. So I'm really looking forward to this
Good.
Adventure together. We can talk about is the rubric that was in the back
Okay.
of that handbook, and you said you've already had a chance to read over it, so that's wonderful. And did you have any thoughts or questions about it? I'll do my best to answer.
My only question was, I know believe you have a different like standards you need to meet each week.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just one standard per week. You don't have to go through that rubric every time.
Okay, that's good to know because that was a little overwhelming if I had to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
just for the one,
overwhelmed
that's
too.
fine. That's great. Okay.
And
Yes.
then the standard, well, maybe standard isn't the right word, but number 9 and 10
Mm-hmm.
are ones that are not, like I need to start collecting evidence for those
Okay.
now. So one is attending a PTA or PTO meeting. So
All right.
if I waited until the 9th week, like maybe there's not going to be an opportunity
Okay.
for that meeting to take place. So we just need to
All right. Yeah, I'll
keep
let you
those
know
two in
when
mind.
when the meetings are, and then you can fit it into your schedule.
Great. And another one is like to show evidence that I'm trying to work together with the parents, which is one of the reasons I wrote the introduction letter to the
Okay.
parents and the students.
Mhm.
So we'll just keep those in mind. And I think I was mentioning to you that we're not supposed to give a 0,
Correct.
and then instead to like just ask me how would you show this?
Correct.
And perhaps I didn't show
Mhm.
it in the
Mm-hmm.
class.
Yeah, that's the same as when I get evaluated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she may not necessarily see something, but then she would ask about it. So
Okay. Cool. And then another thing that Teach Now's expectations were was like if I'm used to making 4s, because they use a similar rubric for all of their grading, and I
Okay.
turn in 3 projects every week for them, so I'm very familiar with this
All right.
process. And if I'm used to getting 3s or 4s, like to lower my expectation, maybe I won't get 3s or 4s here. So feel free to like be harsh and teach me the most like I'm willing to learn
good.
from you.
Good.
The last thing that we can talk about that I have on my list is if you could just give me an introduction to the makeup of your class, your students, what type of differentiation you use, or you mentioned that one girl stays back with you for extra help
Mhm.
during the day. So if you could just give me a brief rundown on
Okay.
students in general. We can talk in detail after this is done.
Okay,
Courtney.
good. Yeah, in general, I'd say most of the students are fairly on target for where we expect them to be right now. We do have some students that are performing below. And for reading, we do have grouping. So the higher students have harder tasks to do during their time. And then the students that are having more difficulty have simpler tasks that will help them become better readers.
Mhm.
Um,
Good. So, what you were telling me about the reading groups on
Mhm.
Thursday. So, how many students would you think are in each group? Do you know offhand?
Each group varies. I have, I think 5 in the lower group. The middle group is the largest. I think they have 7. And then my higher group has 6.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty even. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any ELL students or ESL students
No, I
that
do
are
not.
receiving other extra support? Okay.
I have one student that has an IEP,
Okay.
but in a parochial setting, we don't use that term. We have to convert it to a different document. There's a different term for that. No,
Okay.
I don't remember the name right now.
That's fine. No worries. And then
A consultation plan, that's it. I knew there was a specific word for that. She meets with the specialist
Mhm.
X amount of times per week, and they go over different skills that would be way below a second grade standard.
Okay.
So something that I would not be teaching at all.
Yeah. Oh, that's good that you have the support system built
Mhm.
in. And then are there any, would you say like learning disabilities or anything like that? Any dyslexic students or anything? Because part of my requirements are to like when I write
Mhm.
an assessment of some sort to like make sure that I show I'm differentiating it
Mhm.
for different students.
I don't have any students that are dyslexic. I have the one,
Mhm.
and then I have another girl that we believe has ADHD as well.
Mhm.
I've spoken to the parents already about that,
Okay.
but they do not want to do any type of changes right now.
Okay.
They do want her just to be right here with everything the way it is, and not any extra outside services.
Okay.
So let's say.
So
I have
they're-
one student in the room that is extremely young. Technically, should be in first grade, but was homeschooled.
Ah.
So he is not performing as well as he should be because he has holes all over the place.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Anything else you feel is important for me to know right now about the class?
No, they're very nice to work with, very cooperative.
Yeah.
Great group of kids.
Great.
So I think you're really going to enjoy being here.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks for meeting with me.
Thank
This is
you.
just for
I'm
the
so
video.
glad you're here.
Yeah.
Bye.